You know we're going to get all these comments though, aren't we? Like, where's Mike? Has he been sacked? Why is Mike being sacked? Is he off getting stoned somewhere?
Yeah. I think in the Hobbit's comments going to be Frodo and Sam at it again.
Frodo, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's why we've not done a video for so long. So what I like about this is that my stool, you know, because I'm sitting down, that's out of sight. No one can see that.
Yeah,
so
that's bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Zombies have been a big part of Call of Duty ever since the mode was first introduced in CoD WWII. It's just a bit of ridiculous fun without any ties to reality or historical events whatsoever.
Call of Duty World War II, the latest in Activision's heavy-hitting FPS franchise, is out later this year, probably November. Other than the words World War II, the phrase best associated with the game is boots on the ground. Call of Duty World War II will of course include single-player, multiplayer, and the return of the Zombies mode, and as the title subtly indicates, it takes the series back to the Second World War, where the Call of Duty Zombies format originated with 2008's World at War. Now, for anyone thinking Zombies is just a fun little throwaway mode tacked onto the main game, oh no. In an interview with Edge magazine, which was infomined over on Reddit, Sledgehammer Games devs Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey suggested the Zombies mode this time around will be based on actual true facts.
Schofield said the dev team took a trip to Europe, which informed every part of the game, even zombies. There's some really authentic stuff in there, he said earnestly. There's backstory that's based on real events. Condrey added the mode will be unique to our Dead Space signature, which is interesting, implying there will be some jump scare survival horror elements maybe. So how exactly are they planning to make Nazi zombies based on real life? Well, according to official PlayStation Magazine UK, Glenn Schofield said the zombies will be inspired by the story of the Third Reich's desperate attempt to create an army in the final stages of the war. Is it just me that this whole thing sounds like bullshit?
Yeah.
Like trying to spin some sort of idea. Zombies are fake, dude. I mean, just get it.
Yeah.
Fucking accept it.
Authentic zombies, like they're based on people or something like that.
Zombie Hitler or something.
Oh, no, they don't need that. I think what is weird is that one of the first things that they said when they revealed the game was that it was going to be authentic, and it got a lot of people excited. It even got that dickhead to say, it's exactly what it's like to be in a World War. Remember that guy?
Oh, yeah, I tweeted him. And it was like, it's not exactly what I said, was it? I was like, well, you know.
Still close enough. You're still a prick. So anyway, so people like that, they were saying it's so realistic, and now when you find out that according to them, realistic means zombies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How realistic is it?
It's ridiculous. I think it's because of the backlash that they got for the last few games. Everyone's like, give us boots on the ground. So they're saying, okay, it's boots on the ground. They're trying to show that they're listening to the fan base by going more authentic, because that's what people want. More authentic. So authentic, in fact, that we're having authentic zombies. That sounds ridiculous to me.
So here's a little fun fact for you. On the Zombies website, there was like a little sort of Easter egg hunt you could go on, and one of the code words that you could reveal was Barbarossa. So there's two theories at the moment. Barbarossa was some 12th century German king. So maybe it could be, you know, going to be risen from the grave of his army of 12th century zombies. That sounds authentic. But if that's not authentic enough, also the Nazis, when they invaded the Soviet Union, the code name for that was Barbarossa. So maybe that implies the zombie mode, you could be playing Russian people against an army of Nazis and zombies. Now, we know the Nazis were into some bad shit. That's understatement of the century right there. But they're also quite well known for experimenting on humans and things like that. So maybe one of the things that they said was it's going to be focusing on the Nazis desperate for people at the end of the war. Yeah. Maybe it's going to imply that the zombies were experiments or something like that. Maybe that's how they're going to call it authentic. You know, because they did do that. That's as close as I can think of without it being...
No, that seems like, I mean, it seems like a reasonable thing in there. You know, Nazis were desperate. You know, they did some horrible, desperate things. So, you know, using zombies, then that's the reasonable assumption.
We killed all these people. Why are we wasting them? Why are we wasting good bodies? Let's bring them back authentic. I don't know.
One thing's for certain, they shouldn't be taking it seriously. Like, why are they trying to be serious? Like, it's Nazis, it's zombies, guys. Just accept it, it's zombies. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun game mode to play. Apparently, I've not played it myself because I haven't played Call of Duty for about 8 or 9 years. I'm probably going to pick this up, though. You guys, are you excited for the zombies, this new authentic zombies mode? Let us know down in the comments below, because apparently it's a fan favourite, so I want to know what you think.
I think if the game was authentic, the rest of the game was authentic, have zombies mode as ridiculous as possible. possible. And
yeah, exactly. That's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, you're getting both audiences then, because you've got your serious fans, and you don't have to play the zombie mode. And then if you want to play like super fun zombie Hitler, you can.
However, what they definitely could explain in their Edge interview was what they did during their research trip to Europe. They name-checked 2 locations, Normandy and Aachen, and said they now know what it feels like to be in those places at 10 below with snow coming down. They revealed multiplayer maps will include areas revisiting battlefields from the single-player campaign. They also confirmed there will be maps on other fronts beside the Western Front, but Schofield and Condry said they couldn't say anything more before E3. I feel like E3 is going to be like huge this year. I don't know what you say.
Yeah, massive. There's loads of reveals. Hopefully we'll get everything. Call of Duty reveal, Last of Us reveal, and all that.
New Bethesda game, new Elder
Ubisoft
Scrolls.
IP, maybe new Elder Scrolls. There's so much. E3 is going to be the biggest event. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll be discussing it at length in tomorrow's podcast or Wednesday's podcast. So
yeah, and all throughout E3, covering it, aren't we?
So yeah, be sure to subscribe if you're into your E3, because we'll be covering all of it. And why do you think Mike was fired?
Yeah,
let us know. And Mike wasn't fired, by the way, in case you all run away with that in the comments, because that's what you all tend to do. I was just making a joke about the way that you run away in the comments. So
he's having a drink in there.
Yeah. He's getting stoned. Like
he's having a bowl. He's on a bowler now. So that's it for today's video. What do you think of this authentic zombie stuff? Can we really get authentic dead people? So remember to like the video if you enjoyed it, of course. Subscribe if you're new around here. We've got plenty more content just here. There's a link to our Patreon as well if you want to support us make videos for you every single day. We'll definitely see you next time.